on no zoning stuff today.
Hey. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bullitt County Fiscal Court. Today is August the 1st, 2023. It is now 9:30 a.m. And at this time, Magistrate Blemo, would you lead us in an invocation, please? Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Brian. I do have one comment before we start. If we could just take just a moment of silence for Sam Shaner. Sam had an accident over the weekend, and she's in the ICU at the University of Louisville Hospital. Thank you all. At this time, Kevin, would you call a roll to get the court started, please?
Ms. Sanders?
Here.
Mr. Logston? Here. Ms. Johnson?
Here.
Mr. Blingel?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
All present.
Thank you, Kevin. At this time, the treasurer's transfer report. Can Ann, please?
Yes, Judge, and those were dated for July 31st and August the 1st for your approval.
Well, I'll put it in the form of a motion that we accept the treasurer's transfer report.
Got a motion by 2nd District Magistrate Logston, a second by 4th District Magistrate Blamo to approve the treasurer's transfer report as presented. Kevin, call a roll, please.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Blingel? Yes. Judge Summers?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sanders?
Yes.
Thank you. Presentation and approval of all bills.
Make a motion, we approve all bills.
Judge, if I may, before you approval, there was one key entry in on Bright Electric Supply, and it was a $3.24 credit.
Okay.
That was the only change on the bill.
All right. There you go.
I just wanted to make notation.
Thank you, Ken Ann.
Continue on with my motion based on facts.
Got a motion by 2nd District Magistrate Logston, a second by 4th District Magistrate Blamo to approve the bills as presented. Kevin, call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Blingel? Yes. Judge Summers?
Yes.
Ms. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes from the July 18, 2023 meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for July the 18th, 2023. A second.
Got a motion by 1st District Magistrate Sanders, a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson to approve the minutes as presented for the Bullitt County Fiscal Court of July the 18th, 2023. Kevin, call the roll, please.
Mr. Blingel? Yes. Judge Summers?
Yes.
Ms. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you. Guest speakers, we have one, Perry Cook.
ladies and gentlemen, Fiscal Court in Bullitt County. As promised, I have returned with the presentation. Go ahead and pass this out to you all.
Thank you.
So you'll notice on the first couple pages is just gives a history of who Mark 12 is, what our mission statement and vision is. If you'll go to the third to last page where it says goals moving forward. Now I want to be completely transparent. We did update this a little bit, and so I did include the goals going forward sheet that was presented to Fiscal Court directly behind it back in 2020. But what I wanted to do was put into writing what I had articulated that day when I was here at Fiscal Court, so that you guys can see it in black and white, plain and simple. So Mark 12 Ministries, we really are just proposing three things that we are asking of Fiscal Court. The first, and I think one of the most important things, is to engage in an open dialogue about the needs of the community and working together to address these concerns. There's just a lot going on in our community, and there's a lot of great things, and I certainly want to acknowledge some of the awesome things that are going in our community. I can't even express how much the mental health court, I mean, that's groundbreaking, and I think it's awesome. But our vision for this community has always been the idea that we could be, honestly, a example to rural communities throughout the country if we do this the right way, okay? The second was, this is what we asked, and we asked the cities and the Fiscal Court the same thing. So this packet went to all the city councils as well. Well, not all. What I call the big three. Hillview, Shepherdsville, and Mount Washington. Those are the big three in the county. Obviously, as they go, the county goes. And so we presented that same proposal to lease us a building temporarily until we find a permanent location. I don't know what everybody's real estate looks like. I do know what I've heard, that the cities and the counties have empty buildings. And so we're just asking, not even for a special rate, we're just asking for a building to lease. And then lastly, what we asked, and this is what's, I think, more importantly, and this is what I asked verbally, but this time I have put it in black and white so that no one can be confused about what it is that I'm asking, is to provide a clear direction on the process to request resources from the cities and the county, okay? So, and I put some examples. There are organizations like Heart of My City, Bullitt County Housing First, Turnaround Center, that get funding from the county. Since 2020, we have asked, what is that process? In the 27 years that I was in the Army, I got to spend a year on active duty doing purchasing and all that stuff. So I understand all the government laws about if you surplus something or if someone's bidding for something, there has to be a process. I was on many conference calls with the Homeless Coalition when the CARES money came out and when the ARPA money came out on how Louisville Metro was handling those monies and distributing those monies to the organizations that are boots on the ground. And that was something that I asked about over those few years of when we were going to make a clear direction for organizations to have access to those monies where we can help individuals. And that's something that I'm still kind of asking, because there have been organizations like Housing First that is leasing a building currently with Kentuckiana Works. There's been surplus vehicles that have been awarded to organizations like the Turnaround Center, and financial support given to those. An example of that would be Heart of My City. It was our organization that pointed out in 2020, when they had already lost their nonprofit status, that the county was still providing 40% of their budget. And we were just asking that we have an opportunity to ask for those monies and what that opportunity looks like. Because when Heart of My City ran Room at the Inn program for the 5 years that it was run by Heart of My City, 40% of their budget, $20,000, came from this fiscal court. Since Room of the Inn has been a part of Mark 12, even though we've been more successful, we've helped more people, and we've had more financial transparency, we have not had access to those monies. And so those are really the three asks that I had when I came to fiscal court the last time and presented this. Our vision is a resource center in this community so that when I get a call like last night from a Mount Washington police officer at 10 o'clock at night, I got a homeless person who's sitting in the Dairy Queen in Mount Washington. And what do? Well, there's really nothing we can do. There's nothing to do. We can drive them to Louisville, but now it's too late. All the shelters are full in Louisville. Our Room the Inn folks are already in bed and the church is locked up because they're going to get ready to go to work in the morning. There's just nowhere for us to respond. Or yesterday afternoon when I had the mom with 3 kids, twins at 3 years old and a 5-year-old, living in her car asking, hey, it's getting hot, where can I go? And I say, hey, have you checked with Center for Family and Children in Louisville? They're full, and she's not fleeing domestic abuse. Have you tried Housing First? Well, Housing First has like an 8-person wait list. Have you tried E-Town? Yeah, I tried E-Town. But we have nothing for that mom with her 3 kids that we can give her some time and space from a resource to be able to say, hey, listen, you can sleep here for a couple nights while we try to get it figured out how you can get back on your feet, right? What the next step is. And so that's what our vision is a resource center that we can combine, much like they've done in Lafayette, much like they've done in Ashland. There's examples throughout the United States that have brought organizations together where offices like Volunteers of America would be with our office. We would have, Red Cross would have access to the building, those kind of things. So instead of saying, hey, you've got to go to Hillview, you've got to go there, you've got to go here, this is where food is, that's where food is, but a one-spot destination where people in need can come and those needs be served. So that's kind of the short answer. Again, I wanted to stay true to my word. This is the proposal that we had given. Those are the 3 things that we had asked. And as you can see, that last bullet point, I just verbally asked, but this time we put it on paper for your all's consideration. And then lastly, if you flip to the back page, Grace Village, this is what we're hoping to do for our homeless vets. So 2 of these bunk homes will be for homeless vets, which we already have homeless vets in our county that have been put on the waiting list for this. And for our Room the Inn program to no longer be going from church to church, so that we're no longer a homeless ministry. We are halfway to what it's going to cost to get this done. So again, going back to Sean's question about private monies and all that kind of stuff, we have secured close to $60,000 worth of private funds and funds from corporations to do this. We're not asking the county to be involved with Grace Village at all, but I just want to kind of give you an idea of where we are with that and these bunk homes. I think this is going to be, again, a model that people can look at and say, that is something that we could do in our community to help people out. And so that just want to make you guys aware of that.
Okay. Well,
any questions?
Well, thank you, Perry, for your presentation.
Yep.
And we will digest all this. Okay, under new business, have on here updated Highway 245 tourism overlay. Charlie's here, but I'll make this pretty quick. What we're wanting to do, we're wanting to extend it to the other side of I-65 and maybe put in a little bit more language about opportunities that we have moving forward as a county with the cities of Lebanon Junction and Shepherdsville as well. And I appreciate any input from the fiscal court, from the magistrates when Charlie and Tammy gets this finished, to look at it, review it, and put your thoughts in there, okay? And any questions from y'all, members of the court? Yes. Not right now. We have the original one, Brian. I'd like for y'all to, we have it on a PDF. Y'all look at it and review it, and then that way you can compare the two. Is that fair enough?
So he's looking currently just updating that possibly.
Yes, updating it, because of what we've done, we've crossed I-65, and it wasn't part of there originally on the other side, because when you get into the aspects of what we are doing there with the, possibly the whole 100 acres, at least with the 62 right now, we want to make sure that the dynamics of it stays the same. Okay?
Kind of falls in line, but I've had a couple people ask about the comprehensive plan.
Charlie has, you can bet, Charlie, give them an update of where you all are at with it, please, sir.
We've got two proposals from consultants to get that updated. We're going to discuss it at the planning commission next week. Hopefully, get some update and get a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, we're moving forward with it, Sean.
It's been a long time coming and getting that thing updated, so.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? Okay, we have a 2023 Kentucky Waste Tar Management Program Agreement. I know that a couple of you, Magistrate Blamel and Magistrate Logsdon, are familiar with what we do with the waste tar, but we're wanting to enter into this agreement again to where we can get rid of some of the waste tars in our community. Go ahead. What you got there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a really important thing to do. I mean, I know that
Thank you.
departments worked hard over the last, I know, cleaned up a lot of areas there. Good impact. What is the date on it?
The date September 28th to the 30th, 2023.
And it will be over by the go-kart place.
Yes, ma'am.
Does this fall back on, this may be a silly question, but does this fall back anything, we were talking before about the cleanup days, insurance, stuff like that, is we gonna need assistance or help, will that fall in the same category as this, possibly?
Yes, and we'll have all that before you all with that. We will have all that finished way before then. Janice is out this week on vacation, but we will, it'll be done.
I actually went by and visited Ms. Orr yesterday over at the planning zone, and she's really working hard. If you haven't met her, you need to go back and chat with her. She was giving me some reports that I wasn't aware of that's going on here in our county. She's really working hard.
We need any action on that or anything?
Yes, I need action, so approval, so we can sign the agreement.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we approve the 2023 Kentucky Waste Tire Management Program agreement.
Okay, I guess we got dual seconds. So I've got a motion by 2nd District Magistrate Logsdon, a second by 4th and 1st District Magistrates Blamel and Sanders to enter into the Waste Tar Management Program Agreement with the Department of Energy and Environmental Cabinet. Kevin, call the roll, please.
Mr. Summers?
Yes.
Ms. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Logsdon?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Blamel? Yes.
Thank you all. Item number 3 is discussion of the administrative code. Did y'all all receive an email from Janice or a hard copy from her with the administrative code we're wanting to look at that was put together in 2022.
I did not receive anything.
You haven't received anything? Well, we'll make sure you get a hard copy then today, and you can compare it with the old one. And we'd like to have discussion on that and input to see what needs to be changed or whatever it's going to take so we can get our updated administrative code going. Okay.
That'd be good. We get a hard copy of that, and possibly put that on next meeting, instead of gives a chance to look at it.
Yeah, we sure will. That's why I put it on here to make sure that everybody had received a copy or a hard copy of it. Okay. Got it. We will do that. Tammy, if you would please, first reading of ordinance 23-07 relating to the regular meeting time and place for fiscal court.
Commonwealth of Kentucky, Bullitt County, ordinance number 23-07, an ordinance repealing ordinance 19-15 relating to the regular meeting time and place for the fiscal court of Bullitt County, Kentucky. Whereas the fiscal court of Bullitt County has determined it to be advisable to change its regular meeting time. Now therefore be it ordained by the fiscal court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky as follows. Section 1, meeting time. The Bullitt Fiscal Court shall meet twice monthly on the first and third Tuesday of each month. Except as set out herein, the meeting shall commence at 9:30 a.m. On the first Tuesday of each March, June, September, and December, the meeting shall commence at 6:30 p.m. Section 2, meeting place. Fiscal Court of Bullitt County shall continue to meet in the county seat per KRS 67.080 subsection 1, located in the Bullitt Fiscal Courtroom, Bullitt County Courthouse, Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Section 3, severability. Should any section, subdivision, sentence, or clause of this ordinance be held unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by any court of competent jurisdiction, then such portion shall be deemed a separate and distinct and independent provision, and such holdings shall not affect the validity of the remaining portions of this ordinance. Section 4, inconsistent ordinances repealed. All ordinances and resolutions or parts thereof, to the extent they are inconsistent herewith, are hereby repealed. Section 5, publication requirement. This ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Given first reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the first day of August 2023, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 15th day of August 2023.
Okay. Thank you, Tammy. So we'll publish this and we'll have it on the next agenda. At this time, that concludes our business. Ms. Sanders, do you have anything to add today?
No, it's been a good week. Little hot. But other than that, I've had a good week.
Sean?
I don't have anything new, I just can't believe it's August already, I mean, these years are halfway through, and looking up here at you all, y'all already got 6 months under your, I mean, it's amazing how fast this year has moved along. But I'm good.
Okay. Ms. Johnson?
Yeah, I was gonna say, the school's getting ready to start back, and we're getting ready to get into the holidays again, so hopefully we can get some road work finished before that starts.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian?
So I just got on a couple of roads, kind of like what Karen's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, County Road, Greenville Ford, which,
Right.
about, probably a fourth of it's in my district, about 3/4 in Sean.
Mm-hmm.
But there's parts of it's down to the dirt, potholes and stuff, so probably need some ditching, maybe some tiles, maybe some shoring up along the river there,
Mhm.
stuff like that. It's getting pretty bad. And another one is, Highway 480, where they've expanded in front of Cedar Grove Elementary up to the other end of the industrial park, Bellevue. So they're working on the grade work and stuff, and I spoke with a couple of people and was hoping they could get it done before school, but they've got till November 1st, what they told me, so probably gonna be a bad traffic issue again there. But I'd like to see if maybe we could get some traffic control for about an hour in the morning, an hour and a half. I'm willing to do that kind of stuff myself if it's permissible, but I don't know how they'll feel about it, or if they could open up one lane, because when people have to take their kids to school, usually because of no buses or not much bus drivers, then they get backed up, and there's only 2 lanes, and people can't go either way or the other, they have to swerve out.
Okay. And to help you with 480, I mean, we've had a great relationship and a lot of good response from our sheriff's department. And I can't thank Mr. Payne enough for all that he's done in working with us on a couple of incidences that we've had lately. And I'm sure with him, and we'll reach out to the mayor of Shepherdsville and see if we can do something like that. But we were under the impression that they were going to try to, we met with District 5 last week, and we were under the impression that they were going to try to have that finished, but we'll see.
I mean, they
You know.
started, it didn't work for 2 or 3 weeks, and
Sure.
then they're back to doing the grade work again.
Uh-huh.
So maybe, hopefully, that's what they're doing, but I spoke with Blake Nelson from
Yeah, Blake, yep, we know him, yep,
he said,
he doubts it.
technically, their contract's not up until November 1st.
Yeah, he gave us the same, yeah, he gave us the same thing at Lebanon Junction. That's all we had Chief Payne down there with his folks too to help out, so.
I got a quick question, because I
Sure.
drove that road not too long ago too, and it is pretty bad. But you might be able to answer this, Brian, even better than me, being in the road department. But Greenwell Ford, you know, it's very popular, the river bottoms and that bridge there. Is that bridge, is that one we're responsible for?
So the state built it years ago, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, something like that, but
Yeah,
Is that state road part there?
The bridge you're talking about?
Yeah.
I think that's under the state.
the
That's
state,
our road to it though.
oh yeah, to and from.
So then the state owns the bridge?
I think so.
I was just kind of curious from a standpoint, it's, because I took my kids down to see, they'd never heard of that bridge. You know, so we drove down there and my son thought it was cool to, you know, take his truck or what, you know, but, you know, and I get it. I love the idea of the graffiti. It's kind of a cool thing in a way, but, you know, at some point graffiti crosses the line and becomes very
Right.
obscene.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of obscene things painted currently right now. And I wanted to personally get out with a can of spray paint, cover a couple things up. And if you know what I mean. So I'm just, the question I'm asking is kind of like, I know that's our road leading up to that. Who's responsible for maintaining that?
Well, we've cleaned it up since we've been in office.
Okay.
And it doesn't stay clean 3 or 4 days before they,
Okay, but
before it's painted again.
Are we keeping, like, I'm just asking, if I see a big, I don't even know where to go with this, but you know, I want to know who's responsible for cleaning that bridge.
not the graffiti,
Yeah.
but we have swept like people did fireworks
Yeah.
and stuff like that. We cleaned it all.
But we've never, as a road department, got out paint and covered anything up or anything?
If they did, that was before I started.
yeah, we did clean up on walls. Yeah,
We had, okay,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
aware of that. I just drove down there not too long ago and somebody, we need to
Create a
get,
blank canvas.
right.
well, we need to create another canvas for somebody.
Yeah,
'Cause currently,
you-
there's some things on there that don't need to be on there, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you-
And it is a county road lead to that, so I never asked that question before, never thought about it. But I drove down there the other day and I thought, oh, I learned a few things.
Yeah, we have folks who do sandblasting, and not really sandblasting, but they've got these portable vehicles
Yeah.
that they bring in, and they can wipe it clean, and, but then it's,
I'd say
Back
let's create
again.
a white canvas sometime
Yeah.
soon. I don't know if we need to do something, but I mean, I'm not trying to be the one that eliminates graffiti bridge. You go back down there and paint. I think as long as it's all nice and fun, but there's some images on there I think need to be removed. I
yeah.
don't know if that's our responsibility.
We will, Sean, I'll assure you,
Can't spray paint, but I don't get trouble.
no,
I'd be the one down there, everybody
we-
has fun, and
we-
then Tom's got me in the paper, Magistrate Lofton down there,
we-
spray painting the bridge.
well, we won't try to get you in trouble, but we will get, I'll think of the folks' name here in just a minute, them back out there and look at it again. Is that fair enough, Brian? We did that once since we've been in office
I'm
already.
not trying to
so-
discourage
The
teenage
bridge
fun, but,
doesn't bother me, you know,
I
I'm just
get it.
kind of more concerned about the road part of it.
No, I understand it, yeah.
yeah, and I am too, but because the road was bad getting there, but also when I got to the bridge, I just want to know who's responsible.
But I think the state will look at all of the specs that we didn't
Yeah.
have capacity
Right,
years ago.
Okay.
But we do maintain the road.
yeah,
If there was something very structurally wrong, I'm sure the state would
Mhm.
have something wrong.
yeah, yeah, they would. Anything else? That was healthy. Okay, so I guess first two things on my bucket list here is I'd like to thank Teresa Preston from Lebanon Junction City Council for being here. and Mike Hibbert from the Shepherdsville City Council. And at August the 3rd on Row Hill and Knob Creek, the county's got the county itself, we have about $1.5 million invested in the Row Hill water extension. The state and other agencies has close to about $800,000 involved in it. So there's going to be a ribbon cutting. It's going to be into Row Hill. We don't have a GPS number, but when you start in the Row Hill Road on the right-hand side, they're going to be hauling up some dirt. We'll have shovels, and we've got Department of Local Government, the head of it, Dennis Keene, coming. So Dennis gave us close to about $700,000 between two grants. He'll be there along with global water officials. And I would like to see, I'm hoping the fiscal court can be there as well. This is a huge, it's bringing water to a part of our community that would never see it before. And we have over five funding sources involved in this. It was a monumental task to be able to get the funding for this project. It's going to be about $2.2 million. And also on the other end of the county, on what I'm going to say at the end of Cedar Grove Road with Rummage, both Vines and Grigsby, we're about 70% complete with our second major water project in this community. And it's about $1.3 or $4 million in cooperation with North Nelson, Spencer County, and the folks in Deer Run, Brian, to help you. They're getting an upgrade on their line from a 4-inch to 6-inch as well. So there'll be adequate fire protection in both ends of our county, in the eastern and western end. September the 9th, we had the fundraiser for our paramedic who was seriously injured a couple of months ago. It's going to be at the Bullitt County Fairgrounds. It starts at 10 a.m. and it'll end sometime around dark. You name the opportunity there that you're going to have. There's going to be like a craft show, all kinds of events. Just stay tuned. They've got a flyer out right now and a car show at the end of the day. Also, the red lights, most of y'all know this, at Bogart and 44 are on. And then also at 245 and 61 are both on. And we did receive some really good compliments about the ones on 245 and 61, that when the traffic's jammed up on I-65, at least gives the folks an opportunity to get in and out of the flow of traffic on 61 and off of 245. So that's and me and Keith met with the Kentucky Department of Transportation. We also met with the leadership of the Senate yesterday, an extensive meeting about our roads in this community, and we'll see what opportunities that they end up sending funding back for us. But it looks really good at this time. And
I know it's gonna be a long road, but I'm excited to see that, I mean, they're just tearing up 65. I mean, just build it. Looks like they're just gonna build a whole new road over there. They've been patching it. I mean, it's gonna be tough for several years. I don't know how long the project, have you heard anything? This past weekend, I know I went south, and it's hit or miss when you go south. I mean, I know we've talked about this about how much 65 has issues, how it overpopulates Shepherdsville and everywhere, and I know from an emerging management standpoint, I mean, that's gotta be a big concern. But it is nice to see that they're just tearing it all out, putting a whole new road in, so when it is done, it's gonna be really nice, and just kind of putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm. But I know it's gonna be really tough, while this whole process goes on.
it's going to be a while, 6 months on the northbound side and the same on the south. And they are filling it all back up with blacktop because of the instability of the landscape there. The concrete moves up and down, so blacktop doesn't move doesn't move that way anymore.
It's my understanding that big project is actually, whether people realize or not, has impacted our road department.
Yes.
It's my understanding they kind of secured with that big project a lot of the local blacktop. We can't even get blacktop hardly.
Right.
So we're scrambling to try to finish the projects right now because of that 65 project. It's kind of just, I don't know what you'd say, taking a lot of the materials out of the just kind of secured a lot of that business.
It has. Okay. Anything else? Pardon? 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Yeah. 2 o'clock. Yes, sir. I hope so. Global Water's handling the rest of all that, all the aesthetics. And we've offered Commissioner Keene, in case, because they don't have a GPS number, we've offered him to stop by here at 1 o'clock and give him a ride there. Because it's literally right on the right-hand side there, that little white house there.
I've got a prior
It's gonna be
commitment.
where the White House
Yeah, the little white house. It's
is following there.
yeah, right there. Yeah, they bought all that, or
It's
they
almost
got
in
the
the
right.
road.
There you go. So. Yeah.
I've got a prior commitment, but I'm excited about it.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, for all the citizens in that area, it's a big deal. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there, but I want to send my best wishes for everybody there. I know it's been a long time coming, so excited to see this thing move forward.
Yeah. Almost 3 years. So it's all about the funding and the environmental studies. So anything else, members? Thank you all, Tammy, Mr. Payne, Kevin, thank you. And at this time, Vera, what time is it?
It's 10:07. Time to adjourn.
Okay, I got one motion to adjourn. I got a second by 4th District Magistrate Blemo. Kevin, call the roll, please.
Lawson?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Lehman? Yes. Summers?
Yes,
Sanders?
Yes.
thank you all. Yeah, Vera did. There you go. There's 4. Hey.
He couldn't necessarily say
Well, it's like this.
Yeah. But